So we are the Beauty Hags. Not only has she been rescuing cats, but we have something to confess. Life is not all roses, right? And we always talk about makeup and skincare and stuff like that. We're both knackered. And we know it's not just us. So Hannah started a thread on Twitter the other day and she was asking people about how they felt. And I genuinely do not have trouble sleeping. But we've been sort of in and out of lockdown now for about 6 or 7 months and it really affects your sleep, really affects your sleeping patterns. So I've been really tired during the day and then I go to bed at night, try and fall asleep and I can't fall asleep. And even if I fall asleep for an hour, I then wake up and my mind just works over things and works over things. And I am not an anxious person. So you came up with this brilliant idea of the things that we've tried to use to help us chill out, calm, relax.
That aren't
and not
all
alcohol.
Or, you know, or illegal.
Yeah.
But that's my worst type of sleep.
What?
Is
fitful sleep?
No. It's like I fall asleep and like that, like out like a light.
Yeah.
And then I'll wake up at about 3 every night, same time. Have to go to the bathroom or whatever, and then just lie there. And then usually fall asleep about 5.
Now, at this point, I'm going to drop in the CBD drops that Jo's been using that she swears by, and she hasn't got them with her this time around because we were going to mention new things, but I do have a stock picture that I can drop in.
They're really good.
That are really good. But what else have you been using?
Well, the CBD I use because what that does...
And in another video, she did tell the story about how she leant over. Go on.
And thought I was drinking it in the middle of the night, but I drank some NIOD hyaluronic acid and vitamin C serum instead.
Because they're both in little
which tastes so vile. I really
and trust me, the CBD drops taste pretty.
Yeah, they're really earthy, really earthy. But what I like about them is they don't knock you out. They just quieten your brain from that whirring. You know, that constant... What should I be doing? What have I done? What haven't I done? What's going to happen tomorrow?
Left to do, yeah.
And I keep forgetting to take masks to places. And it's only when I'm halfway to somewhere, like I was halfway to the pharmacist last week and I was like, this week, and I was like, fuck, I haven't got a mask. And that happens to me all the time. And then people say, put them in your handbag. I've done the school run. I didn't take my handbag with me. Do you know, I can't put them in every pocket of every piece of clothing that I own. I'm not wearing jackets at the moment because it's too hot.
I was halfway down the road to getting some iron the other day because one of the things, because I'm so tired during the day, I've started to iron supplement because I don't eat nearly enough green vegetables and I don't eat red meat at all. And I got halfway to the pharmacy and I just thought, I know what, I'll just wait till there's no one in the pharmacy and do a quick get in and get out. And she said to me, asthma? And I went... Got my iron and walked out. I did feel really guilty. There was no one in there and she was behind a massive plexiglass screen.
Oh, but also it's just a bit like, well, I try and remember, but I always forget.
I tell you, that's the first time I've ever been in a shop without one and it was very naughty of me. But generally, all cars, all inside spaces, I put on a mask straight away.
Yeah, I was on the tube yesterday. Everyone was wearing masks.
Yeah.
So.
No, everybody does. I think they're really good.
Yeah, I just can't.
And in all my local stores, Sainsbury's, Marks and Spencer's, Waitrose, all those sort of places, they're all wearing store. And actually, a lot of them have little stands. I actually, right at the beginning of wearing masks, being told to wear masks, I went for a really long walk and then wanted to pop into Superdrug. And they had them right inside the thing.
Yeah.
And she said, pick them up, open it up,
shove one on, yeah,
and then just take, when you go to pay, take it. And so
that's why I went into the pound shop the other day.
Yeah,
because I saw that they were right by the front. I ran in, grabbed one, shoved one on, and then just paid for it.
And then we've just done a video on budget beauty,
and then bought a load of
absolute fortune on budget beauty.
I spent £35 in
pound store.
Yeah, but you know, I needed it all.
So let's talk about the thing. So we've got the CBD.
Yeah, and that's just really good. Disciple. And that's really good at just slowing down your mind. But also what it does is it makes your body stop twitching. You know, you get.
Oh, are you a twitcher? You're a Jimmy leg.
Yeah. Okay, so I've got a question. So say if you go into a hotel and get into the hotel beds and the covers at the end are all sort of like neatly tucked in.
Oh, you have to unkick those.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dan doesn't.
Lupe. Okay, so if you've ever watched, both of those references are Seinfeld. They call it looping the bed. You have to unloop the bed, and then when you fall asleep and your leg goes like that, that's called a Jimmy leg. It's both from Seinfeld.
Never heard of it.
Yeah.
Oh, I've heard of Seinfeld, but I've never heard of that.
The other day, last week I went to my first socially distanced the overnight thing at Wilderness, and I sleep on a Tempo mattress, which I hated originally, and now I've completely got used to, and they're so soft and they just envelop you. I tried to sleep on this mattress at Wilderness. I ended up having to take the duvet off, triple it up and sleep on top of the duvet. I think it was okay for most people. It's just that I'm used to now sleeping on a Tempo mattress and I can't get used to new mattresses.
I know. Her diamond shoes are too tight.
Literally. I'll shut up now.
Oh, no.
Please talk about
the
what
CB
you
doable,
use.
and then I use. So this is new. It's a Bloom and Blossom, and it's an all night long pillow spray. And the reason
all night long, all night.
Who was that?
All
Lionel
night
Richie.
long. Richie.
Did you?
Or even Richie.
No, there was a meme, and it was a picture of a Rich Tea biscuit with his eyes in it, and it was Lionel Rich Tea. Now, the reason that I like this is because they've got a baby version, like it's a mother's and children's sort of line, and it has a spray, a pillow spray in it called the BFG. You know,
the Big Friendly Giant.
Yeah.
And can we just say huge shout out to this brand because they're amazingly supportive of beauty brands.
Oh yeah, they're brilliant. And the BFG spray is the only thing that helps my kids. If my kids are feeling like they've had a bit of an anxious school day, or they don't really feel quite ready for bed but they're going to bed, or whatever it is, or they've had a nightmare in the middle of the night, then I just spray that on their pillows, and also I spray it on mine as well. Now, and I can't really be using the BFG spray.
Well, this is really interesting. Okay, so I said straight away, is it lavender? But it's not. It's 99%, and it's frankincense, rose flower, water, and linden blossom.
Yeah. I can't use anything with lavender in it because when I was in my early 20s, and I started to I had real proper insomnia, and I used everything that existed
with lavender in,
and
now
everything had lavender with it.
The smell of lavender was lying away.
Yeah,
Inga von Lottringen says the same thing.
Yeah. So yeah, because her and I had it at the same time, right? So she and I just couldn't sleep. And the reason that happened is I got a promotion at work. You know, when Anna left, I got promoted to like a quite high promotion with a good pay rise.
She was once super important.
And I just got this huge immediate fear and worry that I couldn't do it, and I just couldn't sleep, and that went on for about nearly 3 years. And I tried everything.
Inga, she got promoted to beauty director of Cosmo, and she barely slept for 5 years.
And her and I used to speak. You remember when we were in Ibiza and we used to speak about it? And we tried everything. So anything now that's got the smell of lavender in it,
you associate with staying awake.
Yeah, and I also, it just makes me feel it gives me a headache, makes me feel ill.
Does this smell exactly the same as the Big Friendly Giant one? Is it the same active ingredient?
It's the same active ingredient, but it's not. This is stronger, a stronger concentration of frankincense. But it also, the BFG one doesn't smell like a kid's.
No. When I hugged you today, you're going to talk about something else. So I love the smell of essential oils. Would never use them in my skincare, but I spray them around my house. I diffuse them around my house. Oh, that smells beautiful.
Yeah, no, it is really nice. And as I say, it doesn't. I love the smell of frankincense.
Yeah,
I really like it. There's something about
and it is a somnolent as well. So it is one of those ones associated with sleep.
So basically, have some turkey before bed
because it's got tryptophan
and bananas.
Okay,
that's what I used to give the kids when the kids were younger, 3, 4, used to make sure that they would have a banana before bedtime. So tryptophan would kick them into some decent sleep. It never fucking worked.
If I have trouble sleeping, I need total darkness and total silence. So I started off like everybody else did using these silk eye masks, but they're just they don't really work. Oh my God, have you discovered the microfibery type ones?
What's that?
Oh, these
I don't mind it not being dark
really
anymore. No, I used to hate it.
So that's the Colour Science one, and I don't know who made this, but I need to find it. And they are basically foam, and
everything's gone.
Everything's gone. So essentially, they completely black out, but also because you can fix them to the shape of your face, they don't leave marks on your face. So sometimes when you sleep on them, you get them across your nose and everything like that. I mean see.
It is, because usually you get a chink of light coming in from somewhere, don't you?
They're brilliant, aren't they?
Where'd you get them from?
That's Colour Science, and I'll find out where this one was from. This was sent to me by a brand, but I'll find it on Amazon. It's got no name branding on it at all. But so basically, they're like a sort of foam nylon sort of pillow insert. So they're really good. No marks left on your eyes.
It's a bit like a bra material.
Yes. That's exactly what they are, like a Wonder Bra material.
Yeah.
Which was designed not to leave any marks under you, wasn't it? Yeah. Look, I could almost...
Do you remember that Ali G sketch?
It's large enough for me to wear as a bra, that is.
The Ali G sketch when he said, Wonder Bras, when they take it off, you wonder where it's all gone. Dan and I were watching some of those the other day.
Do you think they'd get past the politically correct brigade?
Oh,
I probably wouldn't, would they?
No.
No.
We're too woke now.
Yeah. So the other thing I need, as well as complete darkness, is silence. And again, I've tried loads of earplugs, and I actually learnt these tricks from flying. So when you fly long haul, and I'm useless at flying on a plane, and these are really old and past it now. But these are the MACK'S, and they're reusable rubber earplugs. And so you shape them and then put them in your ears.
Was it like wax?
Yeah, and it's basically a wax, and it warms up and shapes to your ears. And they go completely, they almost cause like a vacuum in the ear.
But aren't you, what if someone was trying to break in or something, or you heard...
Oh no, you can hear that.
Right, okay.
But you just can't hear the sort of, I tell you what you can hear, you can just hear your heartbeat and the sound of blood rushing through your ears.
Oh no,
do you not
I don't
like
think
that?
No, I like them when we used to live in London. I used to use earplugs all the time because it was so loud.
Yeah, you see, yeah, whereas now you don't.
No, I don't need to.
them.
Here, it's not too bad where you are because you're in
planes. No.
Oh, the plane's loud. But at least you don't have a pub. We used to have a pub like 3 doors down, and then another one a little bit further down the road. So there'd be people coming by and just basically sitting outside our window having a fucking chat at 2 a.m. in the morning. Waiting for their Uber.
No, I know, absolutely. You don't need this make, by the way. I got these in the States. If you just go on Amazon and do wax earplugs, loads of them will come up, and then you shape them to your ear. So it doesn't matter what size, I'll shape your ears. I
always take them with me places, like if I'm on a plane,
you know,
or whatever.
the times we've flown abroad and you're in New York and you've got like one night's sleep and then you get up and you've got a really busy day the next day.
You need it to be.
Need it. That's where I learnt these habits from travelling around the world. What's your next one?
Mine is...
This is what you smell of this morning. I love this smell.
So this is Aromatherapy Associates. I've got the oils and I have them lined up in my bathroom like this.
The little concentrates.
Yeah, which no one is allowed to touch because I don't like the way that they just...
Also, they're so concentrated. If a child could do that and the whole lot would just disappear.
I mean, exactly. One of the kids dropped them on the stone floor and it was just like... The smell was so overpowering. But my favourite of those oils is the Revive, and that's what I was wearing this morning because I didn't get that much sleep last night. And when I use that in the morning, so I use a cupful, like a capful. It's not this one, it's the little glass concentrate, and just put it all over your body, and then you just like deep inhale it in, get dry.
In the shower?
Yeah, as you're just coming out. And then it goes into every single corner of the house. It's gorgeous, like you can just smell it everywhere and it's so nice. It's just like a sort of nature's perfume sort of thing. So those I like, but they're expensive, so I don't use those often. I only use them when, you know, I need a little pick-me-up. But this is the oil. I know you don't like a bath oil, but I really like this because it turns into a milk and I like that.
So this is the Muscle Ease and Recover Aromatherapy Associates shower oil.
So obviously I've used loads of that. So if I work out in the morning...
So would you use that in the shower or in the bath?
No, I don't like the bath.
Okay, so you use that in the shower, do you?
Yeah. So
these are relatively new, these shower oils, by the way.
I never ever have a bath.
So you use your soap, wash your bits, and then you just sort of put that on a flannel and use it all over?
Yeah,
do you?
Under the arms, like all over. I mean, I wouldn't use it in intimate areas.
No, I wouldn't
because it's an oil, but you know, it's an aromatherapy oil. But everywhere else, and then just put water on when you've got like the shower splashing on it turns to like a milky and then just get out and your whole body just smells. This is the muscle one. This is what I use after I've worked out, and I use the Revive one if I just need to be awake.
I think they're really beautifully formulated and they essentially make your house smell like a spa. I really love
they
them.
do. They're beautiful.
Can you read what the actives are in that?
Yeah.
Because, okay, so I very, very, very rarely have a bath, but when I do, this is a proper old school one. It shows you how long I've had this.
That?
Look, that's the CLARINS Relax Bath and Shower Concentrate. And it's an absolute classic. It's been around for ages. I think they've got a green one, a yellow one, a red one and a blue one. And this is the one I love. And I can't explain why I like the smell of this because it smells a bit coriander-y.
I hate coriander.
I love that smell. literally was the money shot right up your nose.
I can smell it now.
Clarence
To slow-mo that one.
That was pretty like
It went up there.
I so did not mean to do that. I quite like that smell. Do you not like that?
Well, it doesn't matter. I'm stuck with it now for about 2 more days.
So that's more of a bubble bath one. So I like. I
don't think it smells like coriander.
Really? I think it smells a bit curry.
It smells like mint.
I think that might be the freshness of the coriander. To me, it smells it's got a little bit.
It's herby.
It's a herbal smell, and I really like that.
Yeah. Wow.
Right, I'm going to just talk about one thing before you talk about this, because I think this is really clever, right? Without a doubt, most people do not get enough of the trace elements that they need, but most people do not get enough magnesium. Magnesium citrate is known as Mother Nature's Valium, and it's the magnesium that's the main ingredient. It works within your muscles to relax muscle fibres, and it lowers your blood pressure, so it calms you down. But you do need the magnesium citrate formula because it's the most easily absorbed version and bioavailable one. Now here's the problem with it, right? I take 2 just before I go to sleep.
They're like horse pills, aren't they?
They are absolutely huge. Yeah, okay. So you take 2 of those, which is roughly your RDA, and it has to be the magnesium citrate. I do think Solgar are the best ones, but you can get cheaper versions. Also, the other thing it does is it binds water into your bowel so that you're regular as clockwork the next day. Oh. You know, if you go to somewhere like the Maya, they give you magnesium salts, then essentially what that does is it changes the balance of water. So instead of your bowel absorbing water back into your body, it keeps it. So it keeps your motions loose. Anyway,
if you're travelling then.
That's where I first got recommended this when I used to have IBS back in the day. And then as a result, I started researching and I realised it also helps you sleep. So that's why you can have a magnesium bath with magnesium salts.
Oh my God.
That helps you go to sleep as well.
And Epsom salts, have you had
that
those?
Is magnesium.
Is that the same thing?
All they are is magnesium salts, essentially. So magnesium is the only mineral that can be absorbed through your skin. So it's water soluble, so it can be absorbed through your skin. So you can actually have Epsom foot baths when you've got period pain or if you've worked out a lot and your muscles are aching.
What you have with a flotation tank, isn't it? That
exactly. There you go. So that is my favourite supplement for relaxing.
If they get stuck there, that if you don't try to take them without too much water,
and if they accidentally don't go down that way and go down that way, they're huge.
I wonder if you could like snap them in half or something, because you can't do that. They're so
they're huge.
Oh, no.
You need a pill cutter to chop them in half. I'm used to them now. 2 of them straight back.
She doesn't even use any water with them.
No, you would, trust me, you definitely would. And show me this. So this is a new gadget that she's actually technically bought her husband, but she's bought a lot.
Yeah, I bought it because I think, She bought it
because she's a sucker for new gadgets.
It's also, he gets quite bad seasonal, I was just seeing if you've got a plug there. But
I haven't. No.
It doesn't matter. He gets quite bad seasonal adjustment.
Is it charged in or not?
No, you have to plug it. It's the only way it works. And
so he gets SAD, which is seasonal affective disorder, where the lack of sunlight on the back of the eye makes you feel a bit sort of, well, firstly it disrupts your sleeping patterns and then it makes you feel a bit grumpy and miserable.
Yeah, and unhappy and sort of low. He takes, we get the vitamin D. Now is the time you should be taking the vitamin D spray as well. I mean, it's fine this week because it's nice and sunny, but that is a must for the winter for me. You know, straightening under the tongue.
The deluxe one.
Yeah, that's the best one, isn't it? And so this is an alarm clock. It has got a stand. Well, I didn't bring it with me, but it's a stand, and you set it for whatever time that you want the light to start coming on. So if you want it to come on at 7, it might start at 10 to 7, just slowly.
Mimicking daylight.
Exactly.
And daybreak.
So it goes on, like it starts really light. I mean, it's annoying, I can't show you, but it gets so bright. So bright. And you can set an alarm, right, so it wakes you up. The other day, I'd plugged it in.
What sort of noise does it make?
Right, so I plugged it in. It's got like you can have a ring, or you can choose different ringtones or whatever to wake you up. The other day I had it plugged in because I thought you had to charge it and then use it, because obviously I didn't read the instructions. And it was getting late, and I was saying to the girls, oh my God, can you hear those parakeets? Because we've got parakeets where we live. So where we live, they're just beautiful parakeets just flying all over the place. And they would make quite a loud and quite a lovely noise. I was like, oh look, the parakeets are outside. And then the next day it happened. I thought, was it late for them to be out? And then I realised it was this. It does bird song as well.
So what are the options for the sound?
Oh, like, you know, it can ring like an alarm clock.
Have you got
like
waves or anything like that?
Not that I've noticed, no, it's just all sort of light and a sort of slightly, there's one that sounds like, I think on your phone it's called Sunrise.
Yes,
chimey.
So this is called Innovita.
I got it from Amazon.
It's called the Daylight Lamp.
I got it from Amazon and it was 50 quid. Like, I did my research to make sure I got a good one. But the good thing about it as well, forget the fact that it's got an alarm on it, it comes with a little stand, so when you're working, you keep the light on you.
It's exactly the wavelength of light that your eye needs for it to travel to the back of the eye and onto the brain to work.
The optic nerve, isn't it?
It works on the light receptors at the back of the eye that sends a message to the back of your brain to reset your body alarm clock. That's what it does.
It basically, if you sit in front, you know, like it gets dark at about 3:45 and you start in the winter and you're starting to feel like incredibly tired. You flick it on and there's different depths of colour, like light that you need, and it just keeps you like alert and awake and feeling like it's the daytime and not the night, and it works really well.
How much was it?
50 quid.
That's not bad, is it?
And it will last, you know, it's an alarm clock as well as, and it's a necessity. It's going to be, because he just gets incredibly down during that time. Like,
sure it's not living with you?
No, because he's alright in the summer.
Loads of people I know suffer from SAD, and it's particularly bad the further you are away from the equator, obviously, because you're much more affected by it because you get less daylight and stuff like that. And actually, one of the things that we were both saying, that we're convinced, right, conspiracy theorists, we're convinced that we both had COVID right at the beginning of lockdown. So I think I had it actually in January. Jo thinks she had it just before me, that she got it from the kids and stuff like that. And then there's something called long COVID, where you feel very tired for months afterwards. And my boyfriend's now convinced that I've got long COVID, or lazy arseness, as I'd like to call it. But I think one of the interesting things is, the first thing they say to you is, if you are feeling tired, get up, get outside for at least 20 minutes in daylight, and don't wear sunglasses in daylight. Like, get the light, the daylight,
just
to go on the back
eyeballs.
of the pineal gland, which is at the back of the eye, and that's what regulates all of your body biorhythms.
It's amazing, isn't it? That light does that much.
Yeah, it's really fascinating. And it's why I think that they say, you know, the further you go north or the further you go south, the rates of depression and suicide go up, because people just have really long, dark winters.
Oh God, in Finland and places like that, it's horrendous. I don't know, I just always think that, for me, like, I am my happiest when it's bright and sunny outside. It doesn't have to
and
be
I
hot.
don't think that's psychosomatic. I do think that's physical as well.
Yeah.
But also, I don't know, the whole wired but tired thing at the moment, I am genuinely a really stable, non-anxious person, and I don't feel like I have anxiety at all. But I do have that thing where I fall into bed, I actually have trouble getting to sleep, then I sleep for a couple of hours, and then I wake up, and then all of my to-do lists sit through my brain. And it's such a weird thing, and I've never had that before, and I think it's because I'm not getting out enough. It's literally not getting out enough.
Do you know that people are developing agoraphobia now?
Because for fear of going out?
For fear of going out.
I'm the opposite. I've been in London twice properly since lockdown. The first time I met a friend for supper, I dropped her off at Tottenham Court Road and I walked right the way to Lancaster Gate, which, if you know London, is the entire length of Oxford Street. It was lovely. Yeah. It was about 9 o'clock at night. I just walked.
Yeah, still
I'm only wearing flat shoes, walking through London. It was so lovely. And then yesterday I was filming. I finished really early, about 10:30, 11:15. I walked from the Strand right the way through to Knightsbridge, right up the Mall, through the park. It was beautiful.
And it was a lovely day as well, wasn't it?
I loved it. So I've got the opposite of agoraphobia. I've got a desperation to go out, but I feel like not getting out enough and not seeing enough people. I just think, I tell you what it does, I think it makes any little problems you've got put out of perspective, because when you see friends, and I talk to you and you talk about beauty banks and you talk about hygiene poverty and going back to school, or you meet a friend, or they might have been made redundant, or you meet somebody who's got an ailing relative or something, it puts things into perspective. When you only sit and navel gaze and watch the news, it's not good for your brain,
good.
And it makes you focus on your tiny little problems when really you should be empathising with the rest of the world.
Yeah, and some people have got it really. Look, it's affecting everyone. That's the problem, isn't it? But some people it's affecting more than others. But I think that you can't. Like, it's easy to to feel out of control, because we don't know, do we? Are we going to be able to go out to a restaurant next week for lunch or whatever? We might not be able to, because they might put even more restrictions coming in. You know, it's things are out of control though. They're not in our control. All of the things that we're used to doing, you can't just get up on a flight and go to on a holiday.
That's the thing, is all the things that we do that are fun, even to the point where you and I are filming, which is fun. It's not guaranteed that we're going to be able to do it.
No,
do you know what I mean?
Nothing is certain. It's all just up in the air, and then you just feel like you've got no control over anything, and it just.
But you've certainly got no control over the pleasure in life, so you end up just endlessly working.
Yeah.
Without the reward, which is no fun, because the reward would be you and I going on a press trip, you and I going for dinner, you and I filming together, going on holiday. I mean, obviously, some people went on very long holidays this summer, but
that was lucky though. That was just pure luck.
You booked 2, thinking they'd be cancelled, and then they weren't.
Yeah, and it would just so happened that slot worked out, and it was okay.
Did you sleep better on holiday?
Looked where this bed was from, because I think I'm going to buy this bed. It was from IKEA. Honestly, this mattress was the best mattress I've ever slept on.
I have to tell you, I have had so much trouble over the last 10 years getting a mattress, and the last comfortable mattress I had was from IKEA.
This mattress, it was just...
What was it called?
It began with H, and there's not that many on there. It's about, because we've got a king, and it's about 500 quid or something.
And what base was it on?
Oh no, there wasn't. It was just a normal, nothing base.
Like slats or solid?
No, just a old school bed.
Right, okay, I'm going to find the name of this bed and I'm going to put
It's so good. I've ordered one. I had to have it. And it had the mattress topper on top of it as well.
Which was also IKEA, was it?
Yeah, and it was just like...
Oh, I love a mattress topper.
Oh, it was just like... I couldn't get over how comfortable the bed was.
Mm-hmm. So, what we wanted to say was, if you're having trouble sleeping, if COVID and lockdown has affected your patterns of sleep, if you're tired during the day and you're tired but wired at night, you're not alone.
Yeah.
These things might help. Magnesium for me, eye masks, earplugs.
She has a right dream.
Seriously, that's what I need. I need magnesium and then complete darkness and silence. And for you, a nice pillow spray. A shower oil.
Yeah.
Your CBD drops, and then wake up to this, which I actually do think is a really good idea because it mimics the summer, even in winter.
Yeah, and you'll be surprised how bright it gets. It's really nice. Sometimes,
obviously for me.
Oh yeah, it's not going to work, is it?
It's not going to work, but obviously I'd have my earplugs in and stuff like that.
Yeah, and she doesn't wake up till noon.
Does Prince not come in and wake you up in the morning? No, because he's locked downstairs. He sleeps on your bed.
He won't get up until we get up.
Okay, so that's really interesting because the cat will start waking you up when you get your cat, when you get Olive home. Because they are nocturnal. So they're jumping around at night and then they come on in the morning and they want food and they'll come up and they'll just go, like chirp in your face.
Really? I'm not keeping Prince won't. If you try to take Prince for a walk before 9 a.m. in the morning, he's not interested.
That said, I do feed my cats at midnight, so they're not that hungry in the morning, so they're not really hungry again till like 8 o'clock. So I've timed them perfectly.
Yeah, just training, isn't it?
Yeah.
We'll see.
Oh,
she's cute.
She's so cute. Her name's Olive.
Olive oil.
Thank you, Cat's Pyjamas, for
I
looking
know.
after her. When are we actually thinking?
15th of October. Have you fun, right?
Oh, it's going to be brilliant. I can't wait. I'm going to come over and we're going to do a blog.
Yeah, she's so cute. I hope that Prince likes her.
Prince is going to be scared to death of her, trust me. Yeah. You know what a softie Prince is.
Yeah, we'll see.
They'll be good. They'll be brilliant together. We are the Beauty Hags. We are tired but wired, and this is what we're using. Or for Joe, gin.
I got given 4 bottles of gin for my birthday. My mum bought me 2.
That speaks volumes, doesn't it?
I know.
Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. We'll see you soon. Bye.
Picture.
4 bottles of gin.
Yeah, my mum bought me 2. She doesn't know anything, so she bought me 2 different types. Anna bought me 1. She bought me some Tanqueray. Dan's mum bought me a bottle.
Your represent your
reputation.
Reputation precedes you.
And then my mum bought me this card that said OMG, and it was a picture of a little stick person going like this, and it said, "Order more gin." I look like Penfold.
So the good news is Jo has become a cat lady.
Aww.
She hasn't realised how good cats can be. She went to Greece and fell in love with a little kitten. What have you called it? Olive.
Yeah, like olive oil.
Look at our little boy.
And she's a tabby as well.
Yeah, she is. She is. I can't wait to come over and see her when she comes out of quarantine. Where is she? She's still in Greece?
Yeah, so they tried to bring her back on last week, but there's been
bloody COVID.
Yeah, I know, because they put restrictions on Crete. Crete wasn't on there before, and now it is. I know, and she doesn't like being in a box. They said she wailed all the way to the airport.
Oh, so she's finally got used to her little limited space where she was being treated and had all her medication there.
Yeah, but it's quite big though.
Yeah, it is quite
large.
You know,
it's quite like a little hotel for her.
Yeah.
But they said that when she comes back, not to let her out of the house for 2 weeks.
Oh God, no.
Just
when you move, I'm thinking of moving, you've got to keep him inside for 6 weeks. Supposedly.
Really?
My boys are going to tear the house down.
That's why you need somewhere with loads of outdoor space.
They've never been inside. Yeah, but you're not allowed them outside.
But why? Just because they'll go
missing? Because they're not
missing.
Bonded to your house. They'll try and get back to their original house.
Got it.
I mean, not that Olive could go all the way back to Crete, but these boys could walk across London.
I think she's quite clever, but I don't think she's going to...
that clever. I don't think she's got a passport. Actually, she probably has got a passport.
She has got a passport.
Yeah.
I've had to pay for it.
Can she put it in her, under her arm?
Yeah, I'll get her a little bag.
Get her a stick and a sort of handkerchief and she can walk off.
Like Puss in Boots.
We're going to drop in pictures of Olive.
She's so cute.
So basically, if you follow Jo at Jo L Jones, you'll know that she rescued this cat, tried to bring it back. Obviously, it had to put it in quarantine, look after it, get all its medical stuff, get it, vaccinated and wormed, neutered.
She also had really bad diarrhoea, so they were trying to find out what was wrong with her. And there's amazing the people that actually...
Cat's pyjamas.
Brilliant
charity
so much.
Run by people like me, essentially.
Yeah, British women in Crete.
Yeah.
Skinny blondes.
So anyway, we're going to drop in pictures and one day I'm going to go over and I'm going to film because Jo has got a dog called Prince and she's not sure how they're going to interact. So she was originally open to the idea of adopting it but giving it to a friend, and I'm desperately trying to get her to keep the cat, but we'll see. We'll see.
Well, I know. It's such a mum thing to say that as well, doesn't it? It means...
That's what you tell your daughters.
Yeah.
But it basically means no.
Yeah, I know, exactly. Yeah, it's like we'll see never.
Yeah.